about how to create a hologram for an iPad. And what we're going to do first, we're going to go start in Photoshop. So I'm going to go to File, New, and we're actually going to make it for a video kind of format. Though it doesn't necessarily need to be really. I just have been starting with this. So I'm going to go HDTV 1080p, create. All right. And what you want to do is find an image. So I found Darth Vader, and you want to pull whatever your image is. You could draw this image, just frame by frame, make some changes to it. But I'm going to show you how to kind of do that via the Darth Vader image. So you could get a photographic image. And what I'm going to do is kind of like a glitchy style or a like hologram style for Darth Vader. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to click that my magic wand or some tool to get rid of my background. All right. So Darth Vader's there, and he's just on a white background. I'm actually going to go down here and make a new layer now, and that new layer is going to be painted black. Okay, which is kind of crazy because Darth Vader right now is black, and he's going to be hard to see, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Okay, whoop. Undo, Command Z. I'm going to Command D to deselect. Okay, I'm going to my new layer, and I'm going to paint it black. All right, so there's Darth Vader. And I'm just going to move him over a little bit. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I want him to be blue. So I want him to be kind of like the traditional Star Wars looking hologram look. So I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and Gradient Map. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to change this gradient map. So I'm going to say, all right, that dark, that can stay. I'm going to make a new color here. I'm going to make this one be like a blue. Okay, looking kind of good. And then I'm going to say this one's going to be like a really, really light blue. Kind of the traditional Star Wars color hologram look. So I'm going to mess with it just a little bit. If I wanted to push the brights a little bit, I can move that over. All right, that looks kind of cool. I'm going to hit OK and hit OK. Okay, now so I have my base image. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to duplicate that image. So right click, duplicate layer. And you want to probably start titling these. So how you title is just double click. So this is going to be like BG. Okay, this one's going to be original. And then this is going to be 2. So I'm just going to start numbering now. So original is original, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. On number 2 now, I always want to have one ahead, and I'm going to mess with that. So I'm going to duplicate layer, hit OK. Duplicate layer, hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and just do like 6 of them. You could do this, you don't have to create the 6 first. You could duplicate the original one and then move it up, or do this however you want. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my original and all these upper ones except for one. I'm going to make sure I'm working on one of those layers. Now I'm going to go up to Filter, Distort, and Wave. Okay, and it's going to give you a preview of what it's looking like. So right here is where it is. You can mess with some of these settings. I'm going to change it to square, and then I'm going to start messing around with some of these movements here. So that one's kind of nice. Move that back. Let's see. I'm going to actually bump up the generators or bump them down. You can kind of see that looks kind of cool. You can mess with amplitude and like how much that's kind of glitching out. I'm going to hit OK. And there it goes. Looks kind of good. All right, now I'm going to go turn that eyeball off, go to the next one. And I'm just going to really keep doing the same thing. So I got to make sure I'm working with that layer. Filter. And I think it's already set there, so I could go just wave and redo it. But I actually want to make changes. So I'm going to go distort. I'm going to go wave. All right, and so let's go ahead and mess with the generators. I'm going to make it a little bit more crazy. Hit OK. All right, that might be too much, but whatever. We're just going to roll with the punches here. Okay, switch layers. I'm going to go filter, distort, wave. This one I'll pull back a little bit. It's not pulling back. Where is he? There he is. All right, mess with generators a little bit. Hit OK. All right, so this is kind of like a glitch style a little bit, kind of similar to maybe what you've seen in some of the Star Wars films. There is like a really nice tutorial somewhere on the web that you could locate if you wanted to that really talks about how to use some of these settings to really get some cool results. And I have it somewhere in one of my other class pages, so hit OK on that one. And I'm just kind of making it a little bit weird. And then maybe this one's going to be like super less weird. So going to distort, and again, so then I'm going to try to get them back to like normal-ish, maybe a little glitchy. Boom, hit OK. Now the other thing I'm going to do is maybe move him a little bit. Okay, so that one I'm going to go and move him. Maybe I'll turn on the eye for all these. oops, no, I'm not. Move that one maybe over. Okay, go to this one and move it up a little bit. And then go to this one, move it down a little bit. And then this one, I'll move them over. And then this one, all right, it'll kind of be over. Okay, next thing. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to call it Vader Hologram Save. So you could do this more of a stop motion, like if he actually moved or the, whatever your character changed, like, that waved its arm, then it would actually look like it's moving. I'm just doing this kind of glitch style effect. Next thing I'm going to do, go down to the bottom here. You should have a timeline. If you don't, you're going to go to Window, and you're going to go to Workspace and change it to Motion. Okay, and if it doesn't say Create Frame Animation, you want to change that here. You can also, if you accidentally make the other one, you can go to this drop down and switch. But I'm going to hit Create Frame Animation. All right, down here is where we're kind of working now. Oops. Is where we're working, and what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to change my settings in my timeline. I'm going to change it to 0.1 seconds, all right? And then I'm going to change this setting to forever. And on frame 1, I'm going to say, what do you want to show? I'm going to show the original. Okay, then this button duplicates. So I'm basically making a GIF or a stop motion. Change it to 2, all right? New, duplicate. Okay, change the image. New, change the image. New layer, or not new layer, I'm sorry, new frame, change the image. New frame, change the image. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit play and kind of see what that's looking like. All right, so it kind of looks like he's standing there glitching. Maybe I want to take this one and duplicate it. This is the original one. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to maybe move him slightly too. I'm just going to have him in there. So I'm like reusing that one because that one's like a little bit more standard, and let's see what that looks like. Kind of see him a little bit better, right? So again, I'll duplicate this one and maybe put it here. I'll duplicate this one, and then that was like one of the old ones, put it there. So I'm just kind of duplicating frames and like just seeing if I like it. That looks kind of cool, right? A little glitchy Darth Vader. Okay, next. Okay, I'm going to save, Command S. Then I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Export, and I'm going to go to Render Video. Okay, I'm going to save this video. It's going to take a second here to export it, but I'm going to call Vader Hologram. I'm going to select where to go. So I'm going to select Folder. I'm going to send it to my desktop. All right, hit Choose. Then everything else you're just going to keep the same. I'm going to hit Render. All right, and this is basically exporting this video as a QuickTime file. So when it is done, go ahead and drop all this down. When it's done, here it is, and it's ready to play. Okay. So the next step is going to be how to make this in a video editing program. Specifically, I'm going to use Final Cut.